Hey there, today we'll be doing a review of the Alps Mountaineering COT. I'll give you the details, the specs, and we'll go over some of my personal experience with this product, and hopefully by the end of this video you can make a more informed decision as to whether or not you want to make this purchase. So at the time of this video, this COT costs 90 Canadian dollars on Amazon, which is about 70 US dollars. The dimensions are 30 inches wide, 74 inches long, and 7.5 inches tall. And if you're normal and you do the whole metric thing, that would be about 76 centimeters wide, 188 centimeters long, and 19 centimeters tall. It weighs 9 pounds 5 ounces, or 4.22 kilograms, and has a weight capacity of 250 pounds, but I personally tested it with 300 pounds, and we'll get into that later. So as the name says, it's a lightweight COT, but at about 10 pounds, it's not really that lightweight. And I'll just say now that Alps makes another identical COT that's twice as much in terms of price, but weighs half as much. And I'll leave a link in the description for that if you're interested in taking a look at that as well. As far as this COT goes, for 10 pounds, you're not really going to carry this into the backcountry and set it up or something like that. The only times I've used this are when I brought it in on a pulk sled or a sled of some sort, and then you just drag it in over the snow. And for about 10 pounds, it's reasonable. It's not that bad. When I was first looking into purchasing this COT, I was looking at a bunch of the Amazon reviews, and one of the big things that caught my attention was how difficult people said the setup was. And to be fair, the first time setting this thing up took me a little bit, but I quickly found one tip and trick, and I'll give it to you, and it'll simplify the setup of this COT, and I'll show you that here. So I'll give you a little more information on the COT here. The frame is made of steel, and because it's made of steel, it's durable, but it weighs a little bit more. And like I was saying, the other identical COT that Alps makes is the frame is aluminum, and that's why it's much lighter, but also costs a little more. It costs twice as much, actually. The fabric is a 600D polyester fabric. The COT comes in two colors. There's a green and like an apricot or a khaki, something like that. So yeah, let's get right into the setup. I'll show you how quickly you can set this up. It's really not an issue, and I'll show you the tip and trick to hopefully make the setup a lot easier. So I'll go ahead and pop it out, and I'll show you the contents. It comes with 4 steel legs. This will be the legs. And then it comes with the fabric itself. This is the 600D polyester fabric. I got it in green. It's really durable. And then inside here I have the poles. These are the side supports. I believe there's 6 of them in total. Nope, only 4. There we are. So you get 6, pieces for the sides, and these are pretty durable. Like, it's made of steel, it's not about to break. And like I said, I loaded this thing with 300 pounds, and it wasn't like a static 300, like this 300 pounds was moving for all intents and purposes, and it held up fine. Like, worst case scenario, if there's an intruder in your camp, take the COT apart and beat them with it. Like, this thing is really durable. Alright, so when you first set this up, you want to make sure that all the holes in the bottom here line up and face the same direction. These are the holes that you'll eventually stick the legs into. So line that up, make sure all the holes are facing up, and then where is it? Where's the hole? There we are. So there, this is one half of the sides. All the holes facing up. Do the same thing to the other. Make sure the holes are facing up. Just like so. So now you have the sides assembled, and you're gonna go ahead and slide it into the sides here. It's a little wet. You can see I came not too long ago from a camping trip. Anyway, but the fabric is really durable. So you go ahead and you slide it in here, and here's the tip and trick. When you slide it in, you want the holes facing inward, and I'll show you what I mean. Oh. So you want the holes facing inward this way. And there's a slot here, you go ahead, you stick it through. Oh. Just like so. Slide it through, push it all the way in. And it's, you know, easy enough. I can do this while sitting down here. It's really not that bad. Once again, make sure the holes are facing inward. Or are facing each other, I guess you could say. So once you get to this point, you're going to have to use a bit of elbow grease to, you know, stick it in there, but the stitching is really nice. It's really, really durable stitching, and like I said, the fabric is really, really heavy duty fabric. So you're going to go ahead, give it a bit of elbow grease, stick that in there, and as you see, the holes are all facing inward. Do the same thing to the other side. Extra room here. Alright, slide it through. Once again, the holes facing inward, or, you know, holes facing each other. Bit of elbow grease. Stick that in there. Come on. Just like so. And now you have the main piece set up, and you'll see that the holes are facing inward. The holes are facing each other. And you'll see why this is important in a second here. You take the leg, and if the holes, if you had them facing outward, you wouldn't be able to do this step easily, where you just stick the leg into the hole and then the leg into the other side of the hole here as well. And you'll have to use a bit of, once again, elbow grease to really get it in there, but once it's in there, man, this is not going anywhere. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing with the other legs here. And as you can see, it's not the heavy, it's not the lightest, not the heaviest, but it's decent enough to where I can maneuver this while sitting down. And the same thing, give it a little bit of elbow grease, just like so. Last one. And there you have it. Can we put it down and sit on it? Do I have enough room? Barely. Okay. So yeah, you can see I'm lying down perfectly fine. Yeah, supports my weight, no problem. I weigh 150 pounds, and I'm about 5'9"-ish. And you'll see I have enough room here to stretch out. You can turn, you can, you know, get comfy. You're a front sleeper. It's great. I'm a front sleeper, and yeah, this works wonderfully. Another thing I really like this is because of how high it is. It's 7.5 inches off the floor. You really get some clearance from the ground under you, and this really comes in handy in situations like if you're on the sand or snow where you sink in. Other cots, they have a different kind of leg, but the legs some of the other cots have might sink into the ground where you are, but because of how the legs are designed for this cot, it sinks very little, if at all. And I use this primarily for winter camping. I mean, you could check out some of my other videos. Holds up fine in snow, And yeah, like I said, because it's a little high up off the floor, I can actually use this as a chair as well. You don't need to bring a camping chair. You can just sit on this like a bench or something. And yeah, Alps Mountaineering lightweight cot. Check it out. If you know, if the weight is really an issue for you, check the link in the description for the lighter version of this cot. Like I said, it's pretty much the exact same thing, except it's made of aluminum. Costs a bit more, but it's light enough to where you could probably put it in your backpack and walk in with it. I think it weighs 5 pounds, which is very reasonable. So check those out if you're interested in. Please like, comment, subscribe, it means a lot. And yeah, cheers guys.